My body the last few days has been like, let me lay horizontal. We are wiped. And I never do say that, you guys know. Also, fun fact, I have these eyelashes. I wonder if you're gonna be able to see this. Okay, let's get really close. I have eyelashes in the corner of my eye. You really can't see that go into my eyeballs. My whole life, people have stopped me and been like, "Do you have an eyelash?" And I'm like, "No, that's just the way these ones grow." There's like 5 of them here that poke into my eye, and sometimes it doesn't bother me, and sometimes it's like excruciatingly painful. The only way to get them is to pluck them, which is so fucking painful. But they grow back, so it's not like it like I need to find if there's like some kind of electrolysis or permanent solution. It is so they're so uncomfortable. It's like 2 main ones and these little baby ones, and they poke my eyeball. Anyway, now that you see my eyeball, welcome back to Live with Roxy on this Monday, December 19th. We are live every single day of all of December. If you see me rub my eyes a lot, it's literally because they're so like in there. It's really fucking annoying. Again, it doesn't bother me most days, but sometimes when I sleep, I'll wake up with them like fucked up, poking. I'm gonna have to pluck these ones. Oh, it hurts so bad. All right, friends, welcome back to the show. That's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about Oppenheimer. There was a trailer that dropped yesterday, and also I love Christopher Nolan movies, so I figured we kind of do a little bit of a ranking, just discussion of them. What's his best one? What's his worst one? What are the tiers? All that stuff. Plus, whatever it is you guys want to talk about. I'm only going to be here for about 20 minutes today. But don't worry, if you want more of me, I will be live with the World Girls at 3 o'clock. In between those things, I have an interview for an AfterBuzz intern, and I also have a meeting with the World Girls, so I had to keep it to a tight schedule today. Streamlabs.com/RoxyStrider. Show that support. Appreciate you guys. Let's start with the Oppenheimer trailer. I liked it a lot because it looks visually stunning. It's stunning. I am a little curious though, because in this movie, I mean, Cillian Murphy is like so prominently featured. Makes sense. He's Oppenheimer. But if you go to the cast in general, this movie stars Cillian Murphy, Emily Blunt, Matt Damon, Robert Downey Jr., Florence Pugh, Gary Oldman, Kenneth Branagh, way more people. Rami Malek, Jack Quaid, David Dastmalchian, Casey Affleck, Josh Hartnett, like Tony Goldwyn, Alden Ehrenreich, Jason Clarke, Josh Peck, Alex Wolff. I mean, like, that was super non-apparent in the trailer, right? Like, are all these people actually in Oppenheimer? Some of them have character names on IMDb. Some of them don't. Florence Pugh has a character name. Emily Blunt is Kitty Oppenheimer. Cillian Murphy, obviously, is Oppenheimer. Gary Oldman's playing Truman. Lewis Strauss, played by Robert Downey Jr. Leslie Groves Jr. by Matt Damon. Kenneth Branagh, no character name. Jack Quaid, no character name. Rami Malek, no character name. David Dastmalchian, no character name. Josh Hartnett's playing Ernest Lawrence. Casey Affleck, no character name. Dane DeHaan, no character name. Matthew Modine, Vannevar Bush. Like, I watched the trailer twice. Are they just not showing us? I mean, Alden Ehrenreich, like what? Alex Wolff, Jason Clarke. In any movie, these would be people starring in the movie. Is this maybe one of the most stacked casts of all time? And is he filming it different? Like, are some people only legit going to be in one scene of the movie? And so he didn't want to show us what that was. It's based on the trailer, which again looked visually stunning. It looked so so wild. And I know that the visuals in this are extremely important to him. But who are all these people? Where do you all come from? All lonely people. Yeah, it was just interesting. Did you guys know that that entire cast was in it? Like, I can't say it enough. This is eh, Cillian Murphy, huge. Emily Blunt, A-list. Matt Damon, A-list. Robert Downey Jr., A-list. Florence Pugh, A-list. Gary Oldman, A-list. I would say Rami Malek, Oscar winner, A-list. Josh Hartnett, at one point was an A-list. And a ton of just like wildly famous people. What are they gonna do? Anderson didn't know. Neither did I. I went to look at it just to see, like, oh, okay. And then I was like, what? Wasim said, yeah, yes, you are reading this is in Oppenheimer. I guess so. So, what did you guys make of the trailer? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Streamlabs in, and then I want to hear what you think is the best Christopher Nolan movie. Do you have one? Do you have one that you think is the worst? Do you have a ranking? Do you have your tiers? Tears for Fears. Going into the Streamlabs yesterday, my friend AGP sent over a Streamlabs and it said, Happy Hanukkah. You're funny and good in the spotlight. Stop dating dicks. I feel like I've not been, this most recent guy wasn't a dick. It's just like, fucked with my safety. Christian Hardesty in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says, Hey, Rox, I got you some holiday gifts, mostly for Hanukkah, but also Christmas, because I know you don't celebrate, but I didn't want you to get FOMO when everyone's getting gifts. That's so sweet. However, I still haven't sent them, so they'll come in sometime in 2023. Christian, that is so nice. I don't know that that will help me with my FOMO problem, but it's certainly always lovely to receive a gift. Thank you for that, my friend. Appreciate you. Oh, a lot of you guys still haven't watched the trailer. That's interesting. Okay. I like the trailer. It didn't give that much away. It really like is them talking about um is like what effect will the atomic bomb have on humanity? I don't think they realize the position they're putting themselves in. That kind of thing. So it seemed like a big warning label, which makes perfect fucking sense. Okay, let's talk Christopher Nolan. So Christopher Nolan, I would say at this point, he's on a lot of people's top 5 directors of all time lists. He is one of the most famous, one of the most influential directors of all time. He's also a producer and a writer. But let's talk about just his movies that he has directed. So I'm going to read you the list quickly because sometimes I think people forget some of the earlier ones. In 1998, he directed Following, which I feel like is the one that's least talked about, most forgotten. It's between that and Insomnia. In 2000, he did Memento. I feel like that's what really put him on the map. That's the one that people still talk about, is like the way they knew that Christopher Nolan was Christopher Nolan. Insomnia in 2002. In 2005, he did Batman Begins. And then between Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, in 2006, he did The Prestige. Interesting that that was broken up by that. Then 2008 was The Dark Knight. Then 2010 was Inception. Then 2012 was Dark Knight Rises. So Prestige between the first 2 Batman and Inception between the second 2 Batman. Then in 2014, he did Interstellar. Then in 2017, he did Dunkirk. And then in 2020, he did Tenet. Still have a hard time saying that. And now he's coming out with Oppenheimer in 2023. I think it actually comes out the same weekend as Barbie. That puts a lot of stress on my heart. Barbie. I love the Barbie trailer. Okay, so these are the things. What do you guys think? I feel like on the bottom half of the list is Following, Insomnia. And then for me personally, Tenet would be towards the bottom of the list. Again, people give me a lot of shit for this. For me personally, Interstellar is towards the bottom of the list. I just don't like what happens in that like library from then on. The first part of it is amazing and visually stunning. I think somebody on TikTok says it like that. So that. So the movies that I really love of his, I love everything in the TDK trilogy. I think it is just the best trilogy ever. Obviously, specifically, The Dark Knight is my favorite. I say obviously because I've talked about that many times here on the show, not because other people don't have other favorites. I love Inception. I love Memento. I love The Prestige. And I really liked Dunkirk. Now, of those, Dunkirk is probably in the middle for me. I thought it was excellently done, but I preferred that year. What was the other movie that featured Dunkirk in it that I thought was so great? The final day, what the fuck was it called with Churchill? It was so great. And I thought that was a better movie than Dunkirk, although I can't remember the name right now. But I really liked Dunkirk. So that leaves me with Inception, the TDK trilogy, and Memento. And I think that The Dark Knight is the best of those. Oh, sorry, and The Prestige, which I love too. I go back and forth sometimes with between whether I like Rises or Begins better. They're both so good for different reasons. So good for different reasons. So what do you guys think? The Darkest Hour. Thank you, Almosis and Titan Guy. That was the name of it, The Darkest Hour. I really liked that. How do you guys feel? What do you think is his best movie? What do you order his movies? What is his worst movie? Are any of his movies bad? No. I don't think he's made a bad movie. Some of them are kind of like confusing and some of them are not my favorite. Not bad. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Send in, what is the best Christopher Nolan movie? Do you think that there is a chance that Oppenheimer is Christopher Nolan's best movie? You just heard that cast. I mean, the cast couldn't be more stacked. Visually, it looks stunning. He does well when he's a little more grounded, and this is obviously biographical. I wonder how he's going to really mess with time during this one because that's his thing. I guess maybe flashback, flash forward. He also wrote Oppenheimer, but it's based on a Kai Bird book and Martin Sherwin. So maybe that will keep it a little more centered because a lot of his stuff has gotten really out there. My dad's like, I can't stand him, the way he moves with time. I will never watch another movie of his again. But now he's doing Oppenheimer. I feel like there's no way my dad's not going to see Oppenheimer. How do you guys feel? Let me know. Let's also take a look at the things he's worked on that he has not directed. So looking at some of the things that he's written, a lot of the movies are things that he has done. So of these, he wrote, he's credited with the story of Man of Steel. That's interesting. I didn't even realize that he was one of the people credited with that story. It's him, David Goyer, Jerry Siegel, and Joe Shuster, who obviously are the Superman creators. Again, I don't mean obviously, like everybody knows that, but they're Jews, so I do. Christopher Nolan is credited for story and David Goyer for screenplay. And you guys know I do not like the story of Man of Steel. Other than that, it's all movies that he has directed. He also did a couple of shorts that he directed and wrote prior to doing Following. And then he is listed as a producer. He is a producer on so many other projects. He's a producer on Zack Snyder's Justice League. He is a producer on the OG Justice League, producer on BVS. He's an executive producer on these, by the way. He was an executive producer on Transcendence, which was the Johnny Depp movie. Those were things he was a producer on. Does that make you guys feel like he should be only directing what he writes, that he should let somebody else write a movie of his, that he should be producing more things? Would you want to see him do a TV series? Oh, I would want that so bad, but it doesn't seem like, I don't know if that's of interest to him. Going into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Stephen Summers says, sorry I missed your stream yesterday, but happy Hanukkah, Roxy. Thank you so much, Stephen Summers. I appreciate you. Speaking of a Hanukkah, I tweeted out saying that I hope that everybody who wishes me a happy Hanukkah has a lifetime of great food and great sex. It was a joke that I thought was a little silly, a little funny. I was into it. But then he But then people, 479 people liked it, and then 103 of them wished me a happy, 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 happy Hanukkah. And I thought that was fucking hysterical because people were like, I wanna I want Hanukkah, sex and food. Happy Hanukkah. So basically, essentially, I threatened people into wishing me a happy Hanukkah. Wish your Jewish friends a happy Hanukkah. It's Hanukkah right now. Love Hanukkah. Excited that's Hanukkah. Yay, Hanukkah. Send in support for Hanukkah. Maybe you want to give me 8 days worth of support because it's Hanukkah. And every day I'm here all throughout Hanukkah. That's my holiday. And I'm here with you guys because I didn't want you guys to be alone this month. And because I love you lots. Jessica Woe in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Share says, I like the Prestige the most so far. Interesting. That movie kept my interest the most out of all of his movies. I've watched all his movies except Tenet, fell asleep in the middle, and didn't go back to finish it. I love the Prestige. I love the Prestige. I haven't seen Following or Insomnia in a long time. So, and I hadn't, I think, but I saw them when I was younger. I don't think I saw the Prestige until about 6 or 7 years ago because I think my ex showed it to me. I think it was the one Nolan movie I hadn't seen in real time. And it was just fucking great. Like, that movie is so, so good. Really, really into it. So I'm with you. I get it. When people say that the Prestige is their favorite, it's kind of interesting because I feel like it's not most people's favorites, but I get it. Ben Rayner in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says, Hi, Roxy. Happy second day of Hanukkah. My favorite Nolan movies are non-Batman. Oh, my favorite Nolan movies are non-Batman. Okay. I love the Batman movies. The Prestige and Batman is Batman Begins. Wait. My fave Nolan movies are non-Batman. The Prestige and Batman is Batman Begins. Oh, okay. So if the non-Batman one, your favorite is The Prestige. And of your Batman ones, Batman Begins is your favorite. And then he says he's a great director. Interesting. So you kind of clump them as the Batman movies and the non-Batman movies. Like, to me, my favorite Christopher Nolan movie is Dark Knight. I don't like take out the Batman movies, but I've heard people do that before, and I get it because they're a whole different beast. It is kind of crazy that Christopher Nolan did a Batman trilogy. It doesn't seem like that would have been what he did, but he did, and it was great. Oh, chef's kiss. That trilogy is so fucking good. Do you guys think Begins is better or Rises is better? They both get some heat for different reasons, and I really do go back and forth. I have to do a whole trilogy rewatch again soon. It's been a minute. What do you guys think? Begins or Rises? Also, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. I won't be here much longer, so get in your thoughts. Did you like the Oppenheimer trailer? What is Christopher Nolan's best movie? What is Christopher Nolan's worst movie? Has Christopher Nolan ever done a bad movie? And what is the order of your TDK ranking? Those are all the questions that I want to know from you. It's a lot of questions. I'm waiting for answers. Let me hear it. I think I know Bane bothers some people, but Bane did not bother me. I love Bane. And I love Bane Cat. Down in the darkness, raised by it. Was that my best yet? Kitty litter. Come on. It's pretty fucking good. Pretty good. Ooh, interesting. Joseph says, looks like Oscar bait. Do you think Oppenheimer will be nominated for an Oscar? I already feel like the answer is yes. Although it's coming out in July, which isn't Oscar season. Interesting that this is coming out in July as like a summer box office movie up against Barbie. I feel like this is definitely more of a November, December movie. Ooh, Ryan says I'm in the ballpark. I feel like I nailed it. Was born in the darkness of the cat's litter, raised by meow, 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 please deliver. Come on. What happened to Bane Cat? I haven't seen Bane Cat in a minute. Is Bane Cat still with us? think I read Bane Cat died at some point. That would be extremely depressing. Bummer. Anyway, streamlabs.com/RxyStryer. I told you guys I'd be here for about 20 minutes today, and I've already hit that threshold. But here I am. Happy Hanukkah to all. Is anybody in the chat Jewish? Is anybody in the chat celebrating Hanukkah? Would love to give you guys a shout out. Let me know. I don't think the Rockstars have many Jewish listeners because there's not many Jews on the planet, which is crazy town, USA. Because they keep killing us off. Happy Hanukkah to all who celebrate. I'll be lighting the candles. I'm going to try after the World Girls to run over to Grammy and Puppos to light the candles with them. I think I'm going to light the candles with you guys on World Girls tonight. I haven't talked to Dia and stuff about that yet, but hopefully. Cena did make latkes. They looked amazing. I was so stoked about that. That's awesome. Mark says half Jewish. That means you're Jewish, my dude. Hell yeah. Let's see. Are you the only other Jew in the chat? Wow. All right. That's okay. I'll hold down for us. I'm with you. My loves, the time has come for ships and shoes and sealing wax and scavengers and friends. And while the water is boiling hot, what the fuck is that from? I feel like I quote that all the time and I misquote the ending part and I have no idea where it comes from. What sticks in my brain and what doesn't is crazy. Ooh, last night I went to go celebrate with my two little nephews. Two of my best friends, David and Ritza, and their two little sons, and I brought them all these presents. I got them this Bluey sweatshirt and a Bluey game. They love Bluey. Mom, Dad. You guys know Bluey? Bluey! And Sesame Street stuff, and a dreidel, and Gelt, and a Rolling Stone sweatshirt. I really hooked it up for the little nephews. Stolen nephew from Steph. I posted them on my Instagram story though. They're so cute. Is Harriet the Spy? I don't think so. The time has come for ships and shoes and sealing wax. I feel like it's like what the fuck is it called? Peter Pan or something. Maybe not though. Yeah, kids are obsessed with Bluey. That's for sure. For sure. All right, I said I was getting out of here, and then I didn't, and was waiting for last-minute Hanukkah presents in the Streamlabs, but I will bounce now. Send Streamlabs after the fact if you're listening, and I will read them on the next show. Otherwise, no worries. Thank you for just being here. I hope it's helpful that I'm here for all of December. I'll be back on the World Girls tonight, and then I'll be back here live at the Roxy tomorrow. I'm doing SEN tomorrow also for the first time in a month. So I'll do SEN first, and then I will do this right after. Yes, my darlings. Stay safe, stay sane, put down the toilet seat and lid. We don't want those flumes. Don't trump the Holocaust, especially not during Hanukkah, but not ever. Just for all the people who've lost their lives due to excessive force. My body, my choice, wherever you're on the rainbow, we love you. We stand with the women of Iran. And Golden Sparkles. Glenn, we're thinking about you. We love you. Putting positive energy into the universe for you always and in always. So much love to you. Happy Hanukkah to all. And I will see you later today and then tomorrow live at the Roxy. Later.